grew up in upstate New York, wanted to get out and stretch my legs a little bit, so walked into a recruiting office, and the Navy was the first door there, and I said I want to do something cool. Between '04 and '07, I probably spent collective 2 months in the United States inside Naval Special Warfare. The deployment where I was injured, I was training for a triathlon at the time, and I fell victim to a premeditated planned attack on an American service member. I was out riding my bike and I saw a truck. He just stopped in the middle of the road, and I'm cruising. When I say I was training for a triathlon, I was training like I'm gonna go to the Olympics, like this is gonna happen. I was probably doing 45, 50 miles an hour on my bike. I was moving. Right about the time I get to the front of his truck, I see the back of his truck hit the deck. He just pumped the gas, and that's the last thing I remember. I had lost the majority of the muscle on my arm. The whole left side of my face was crushed, jaw broken, broke my back. I was done.
Hathorn was told the damage to his left arm was so severe that it needed to be amputated. Instead, he came up with his own solution.
I took to the lab, the rehab center, and I scavenged pieces and found things that I thought I could use, and I started building braces for myself to mimic the articulation of the tendons and muscles that I had lost. And so this is my final product. I wore this one for a few months.
So you told the therapist you were going to build your own device, and you're going to develop your own therapy technique to use that device?
More or less. I said, we're going to hit stop on the amputation. I'm going to try and figure something out, since none of you guys have any other options other than cut my arm off. My first push towards athletics was recovery. I looked at recovery as that athletic achievement. And then along the way, I started to realize that maybe I can grab a little bit of what I left behind. San Diego, Rock and Roll Marathon, June of 2009. I bought a ticket, bought a registration for the race, and left Virginia Beach. Left all the rehab, left everything, and just went to San Diego, slept on my cousin's couch, and ran the race because I needed to suffer inside myself. I needed to see where I was at mentally and physically when pushed up against some physical pain.
Hathorn's accomplishments post-injury have been remarkable. Marathons, beating able-bodied competitors in the triathlon, winning the Ultimate Champion Award at the Warrior Games, and at one point it appeared he could be the first para-athlete to one day compete in a regular Olympic Games.
I went to 2 triathlon world championships, one in Beijing, one in New Zealand. Biathlon, skiing and shooting, I went to biathlon world champs in Russia.
And it's not just about excelling as an athlete. Hathorn is now part of a sports medicine company called Embody that's trying to help athletes overcome all types of injuries through biology and biomechanics.
It fits my purpose because it's tied to my own personal journey of injury. We have a team of 12 scientists that's producing something completely crazy that's going to revolutionize the way people think about tendon and ligament injuries moving forward, and are going to bring a solution that I didn't have to people who have tendon and ligament injuries to return to that pre-injury performance state where I had to say, hey, these are the numbers I was hitting pre-injury. I'm never going to get there again because I didn't have solutions afforded to me like this. I wouldn't be who I am today if it hadn't been for the injury, period. I wouldn't have met my wife. I wouldn't have my daughter. I didn't know if I could run again, and I just needed something that was familiar to me. I just needed to do it.